Hello, storytellers at Storytelling Run, and by special request. Plus, I should be doing this anyway. I'm going to be making a character for you guys to show you how to make a character for the Lord RPG, the Dark Ages, Apostles of the Epoch, and Christians in Space. They're all the same, and you can make a character very quickly. So I'm going to make one really quickly, as if you and I both know the rules, and then I'll go through it slowly. Okay, so I don't even really have to look at any of the rules or anything. Let me just. This is, by the way, a Google Doc, and it's on. You got to find it on my website in the free area. You can get a link to it, view only, and then you make your own copy. And thank you, David Dunn, for doing this. I cleaned it. I fixed up a little thing at the bottom, but he did the most of this. Name of the character, the dude. I'm gonna make a warrior guy, like a warrior. Yeah, I just merc Christian. Player is me. Oh, I need to clear all this, because this is the original Google Doc, but just for now. Total glory, so he's got 0 right now. Inspiration die is like inspired points, whatever. That's you gather these die for bonuses. Aggression. So when you start out the character, obviously I'm going to make him a tough warrior. You start with there's a 5. I think there's a 3, a 1, a 0, a -2, and a -1. Those are the starting ability score numbers. And if you want to fudge them a little or take one off of one and add it to another, that's fine by me as the GM. But very aggressive, tough warrior guy. I guess I'm making this for the Dark Ages, since I made his aggression the highest. If it was for like the Apocalypse or for the Christians of Space, if I wanted him to be like a Marine shooter, I'd probably make him a 5 on the awareness, because that's for aiming. Faith is 1, same as a spirit, and that's how much he gets per day if he uses blessings, which he won't. I mean, I'm not making a paladin, but he could. If he was a paladin, I could easily do that. And at some point in the game, I could easily have him become a paladin and have him use faith points. And he only got 1 though. So his defense right now is 12 plus this 3, 15. I don't have any armor on him yet, but it's 12 is the normal defense of every person. To hit something, you need to hit it, roll a 12. But your awareness is what gives you that 15, because you're staying away from being attacked. His armor save right now is 0, because he's not wearing anything. But I'm gonna say, since he's a warrior, he'll probably have some sort of brig or whatever. So I'm gonna put down here Brigadine, which is a D8 armor save. Yeah. It's D8. Vitality. Okay, vitality is 6 for men, plus the aggression, 5. So that's 11. Plus, I roll a D6. 4. 15. So he's got a 15 vitality. That's like great. So that's, well, he's a warrior, so he's got to take that. So no damage, no wounds. Armor. So like I said, Brigadine. D8. Oops. That's a heavy. And under gear, I need to write down that he has Brigadine. Oops. Brigadine. I'm almost done, by the way. Weapon. Let me give him a battle axe. 2 hit is 5. Damage is... Okay, that I might have to look up. I think it's D8 or D10. Let's look on the fantasy one here. Battle axe is D10. Heavy. Here, I can just leave that open. Where's my Google sheet? Damage. Oh, that's okay. It's shortened. Damage, D10. Oops. Burden is heavy, obviously. Range, melee. Notes. Okay, notes. Let me put some notes here. Pull. Okay, that's cool to know. 2H, two-handed, plus E. Energy. I think that's energy. And these are, by the way, the notes for the weapons are optional. You don't have to use them, until you start playing further along. But it's two-handed E, exhausting. So every time you miss, you take 1 vitality. But again, I would not implement that rule until the person really wants to have fun and get into the rules. Even though that's crushing is one I would let them know about. So crushing means that they and bleed on an 8. Well, I should probably make the notes a little longer. No more room. Bleed 8. I will figure out a way to make that a little bit longer so that it'll fit in there. Or I guess I could do this. Yeah. So bleed 8. So if you ever roll 8 on damage, the person is bleeding 1 vitality per turn. So that's scary because most only have like an 8 or a 10 on vitality. Okay, so that's what a battle axe will do. And Brigandine is obviously a heavy, so I probably should do this a little bit differently. Heavy, just so you know how many you're carrying. What in little list? I don't know. I'll figure this out. Okay, I'm almost done. I think I am done. Oh, except for gear. Okay, armor. I did Brigandine, right? D8. Oh yeah, minus D8 to secrecy. Again, you can optional stuff that you can. So basically, whenever they have a terrain test or a secrecy test, like sneaking around, stealth, they have that minus D8 based on the same as the armor save. Terrain test, tripping, falling, minus D8, because that's really literally how tough it is to wear this armor. Trust me, I wear it in full plate. I'm not going to give him a shield because he's going to use a battle axe. I could give him a dagger, just some other stuff to have. I'll give him a dagger. Just looking at the chart there, dagger. And the to hit is, it depends on if you're throwing or, throwing is a 3 and 5 is for, swinging. D4, light. Melee and nigh. Nigh means, close. Notes, lethal 4, bleed 6. So bleed 6 means if you do 6 points of damage, you can actually get them to bleed. And lethal 4 means if you do 4 points of damage, they will take a D4 grievous wound as well, because daggers just have that. So that's what I made daggers very lethal, because people can die from stab wounds, and daggers have that particular thing. So obviously the bleed 6 means that you need to get better at the dagger to cause bleeding, and it'll be lethal. You'll be at minus D4 plus the bleed 6 if you do 6 points of damage. Yes, you can improve the damage just like a skill. So pretty much done. I can make up other gear here. Clothes, belts, and all that is already included. So the dagger is light. Oops. Light, battle axe. I gotta make this gear chart a little bit better, I think. Heavy. What else? So I can pick some let me see. I also can pick some gear. What I think that the person might have. So in the beginning, you don't buy the stuff. You just think about that character and what they might have. So I'm going to give him a camping gear, because this guy was a merc, right? He's just traveling around like a doofus, and he's coming to the church fold to just help out, and he's not really a good Christian, but he thinks that he sees the terrible tyranny of the paganism, and so he wants to help the church. He doesn't know anything about it. And that's how I would role play him. I would have him be sort of reluctant, unsure, but anyway, camping gear. But like I said, camping gear. I might give him like smithing tools. Maybe he's into smithing, just to make it somewhat interesting. So smithing, I would give him smithing as a skill, and it would be like weapon smithing, okay, not just any smithing. Try to sort of make it. But then you know what? I'm going to do smithing cookware, so he knows how to repair. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say smithing metals, because that's, well, shoot. And you know what? This is like arbitrary. I'm trying to think. Smithing weapons, smithing cookware. I kind of think these are similar. Smithing cookware. I'm going to say they're similar. Just see, I just decided right there on the spot. And I'm going to say he has a D4. Now, do you get to do a D4? No, but as a GM, I get to decide that. So D4. Oops, I don't like where that's going. So D4. Okay, so he has a D4 to that. What else? I'm going to say he's used to camping and give him a D4. Not as good as a woman does it, but that's the kid. That's the character. I'm done. Now, as far as making this person more interesting, and you roleplay. You roleplay it out, and you start adding skills when you feel like you think that he has these particular, if you start roleplaying him a certain way, then you need to add those, then say, gee, I want to start adding skills to that. So like a person roleplayed that they started using intimidation. So an intimidation is aggression. Now you can choose a society's intimidation, using your wit and charm or whatever, but you as a warrior can choose aggression because you're, and just intimidating people. And let's say he does that a lot in the game, for the clerics and the nuns. He intimidates the locals or the villagers and keeps them from attacking, or he's all, I want an intimidation skill. So he just decides, I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and with aggression. So he's going to have D4 plus 5. And camping and all, by the way, all these skills will have a trait that goes with them. So I should probably put that down here. Yeah, let me make some notes here. D4, add trait column, because every one of them will have a trait that coincides with it. What did I just do there? It just made these lines appear. I don't know what I just did there. I just clicked buttons. I'll figure it out. Okay. Anyway, so that's me. That's a Merc. All right, let's go with making and I'll use this PDF. This is the other version that you can use, the character sheet. Let's make I'm gonna make a priest, scientist, starting off, or engineer, doctor. There we go. Medical doctor, because obviously priests, they will use that to go evangelize in sci-fi. Okay, so this is a starting character though, like a med student, pastor. Okay, so he's gonna have a 5 here for his studying. He's gonna have a 3 for spirit, a 1 for society. Not gonna be aggressive. Aware. Now this secrecy, I need to put this in here. It's secrecy or technology. So secrecy is for the Dark Ages, and then technology is for modern day and beyond. So he's going to have a -1 here and a -2 for aggression. Okay, so he can still use a gun. Just has a 0 for attacking. But this is a med student, okay, or just starting off. And obviously the spirit already gives him the spirit 3 for the day. Should I give him starting off a plus D4 here? So the first rank of the bonus is a D4, right? And so every time you have an encounter, he will have 3 spirit points. Roll your D4. And a 2. So he gets 5 spirit points or faith points for that encounter, or whatever that is. Whatever blessings he has. And blessings are like a spell list if you have this or this or this and what you can use. They're not spells. They're blessings. Okay. All right. Weapon. I'm gonna just say he has a taser. That's how nice he is. So it's awareness to hit. So 0. Damage is D4. I don't even know what a taser. I don't even think I have a taser in the game. But I'm just gonna say stun. It's always gonna have a stun. Stun D4. I'm just making it up right now. It's a light, range, short. The damage is. Is it even D4? Yeah, because it won't kill them. It'll just drain their vitality, and that's okay. If he drains somebody's vitality to 0, as a GM, I'm like, you don't kill him. He's just down to 0, so that's fine. And stun D4. So for D4 turns, that person's going to be at minus D4. If it's a minion, I'll let him automatic. If it's like a tough guy or a villain, I will allow them to have a resist. It's not broken. I just made that weapon up just now. I don't even. Just as soon as let's just say the player said, I think he should have a taser. I'm like, oh, okay, let me just do that. Defense. His defense is a 12. Nothing on awareness. All he has is a 12. Doesn't have any armor. Just a 12. Vitality. Okay, same. You know what? Same thing. He has 6 plus his aggression -2, 4. I'm gonna roll it to 6 and no rerolls. Oh, I rolled a 6. So he's got 10. So he's like an athlete, he gets on the treadmill and he works out. A lot of med students do that. Okay, heavy. Okay, so let me go to Christians in Space gear. He had a taser, and he can grab any of these weapons. This is all in the transport. At any time during the mission, he can grab any one of these weapons to use or gear. And here's the gear: laboratory kit, medical kit. Oh, let me just go ahead and put that on him as like he's always going to have a medical kit. Medical kit, I think. Is that a heavy or a medium? What was that? That's a medium medical kit, or I'll move that. Some whatever. Comm locator, going to have one of those. Under light. Comm locator. Medical kit. I'm almost done, except I will give him a blessing. or 2 medical kit. But after that, you have to use your glory points to get them. Let me see under heavy what he could get. Medical gear. Enviro suit. Oh, let me do that. Medical gear. What's the difference between that and medical kit? I don't know. I don't remember. Whatever. Medical gear is probably for surgeries. Medical kit's probably for toxins and healing. Medical gear is probably for wounds. If you take a grievous wound. And you can add more here, whatever you want. Stethoscope. No. Fitbit. I don't know. Whatever. Let's say he's got some blessings. Okay, let's look at the blessings real quick. Blessings. There's all the rules. Letting you see. Okay, power faith. Bless. Okay, bless. Preach. He probably wants to preach and heal. Let me do preach and heal. Preach and heal. That's it. So he can preach. He's got 3 plus D4. He will, and preaching is during a peaceful time, not during combat. And heal is, it's could it be faith in a miracle, or could it be just the encouragement to have someone persevere and continue on? It's sort of a mix of that too, as a Christian trying to encourage their fellow, we can do this, come on, get up, after they're wounded or hurt. Because vitality, getting hit points in this game is kind of a mix between getting beaten up and exhaustion and shock and stun. That's what vitality is. When you take a grievous wound, which is usually through a nat 20 or crushing 19 or 20, that's horrible. That's a lot of damage. And you're at minus D4, minus D6, minus D8 for every roll. So that's a debilitating wound. And that's different from heal or vitality or medical kit. That's medical gear. You need an actual surgery to heal up that wound. That minus D4, minus D8. If you go past minus D12, whoever you are, tough or not, you're dead. So don't go past minus D12. And in the tougher games, if you're using the battle axe, like I showed the warrior, if you have a battle axe and you do a crushing blow on somebody, they are at minus D8 for that wound. Wait, is it minus? Oh no, I'm sorry. Here, minus D10. A battle axe will do minus D10 if it does a crushing blow on someone. So that's brutal. If it don't get hit by a battle axe, at least not with a 19 or 20 hit. Okay, so that's how we make characters. It's that simple. And you can, does he have any? Oh, he can actually have some skills. Since he has heal as a blessing, would he have, let's say he has toxins, anti-toxins, or, knows about, and that's poisons, whatever, all of that. Skill. So, okay, yeah. Plus D4, I give him that. That's reasonable. What else? One more skill that he has, and let's say something just different, neat. Long distance running. Or athleticism, it just has some sort of athleticism. I'd give him, it'd have to be something though. Like parkour. This guy is into parkour. Plus D4. So that's leaping and jumping around and, whatever it's called, parkour, something like that. Anyway, that's the character. And then as you progress in the game, you get glory points, for accomplishing things. And then you can increase these. You can increase your damage on your taser. He starts to get a little bit better at where to hit and what to do. You can increase the to hit part of it. You can pick another weapon. You can increase this. So let's just say he gets a glory point and say, I want to get better shooting with my laser weapon, plus D4. And it's different for every weapon. So if you do on your weapon, it's specific to that weapon. So if you get a handgun, it's going to be different. So you have to kind of know about that. You can use your glory points to increase these. And it's just based on the number, except for negatives. If he wants to bring his aggression up to -1, it just costs 1 glory point. But if he wants to bring up his spirit to 4, it's 4 glory points. Okay? That's how that works. But we're just ready to go. Let's play. So these characters are simple to make, but full of such depth. And I'm a 45-year GM veteran. This has a lot of depth. Why? Because you are not narrowed down a constricted pathway of, you think you have choices. Plato's cave, you think you have choices, but you're really in D&D and all those others, you really are set on a narrow path. In mine, you can go in any direction you want. And it's based on how you roleplay and what you get excited about. And you pick the skills, you pick the weapons, you pick what makes sense for yourself, your character. There's no rules forcing you down a path. Now, you can go down these paths. I can turn this guy into a bard. Let's say on the 5th or 6th episode, I'm like, I want him to start playing music. I always use bard as an example because it's goofy. But he can start singing songs, and that could affect his preaching. You can, hymns. Okay, sure. We can work that out and figure out the skills for that. He's got to learn how to play an instrument or sing. Where does he get that lessons from? Who does he talk to? You know what I mean? It's like that. That's how open this is for the characters and what direction they want to go in. And because of the cost of the traits, it'll be very expensive for someone to get up higher and higher to make, a plus 10, plus 11, plus 12. And at some point, I guess I would just say, hey, you can, 6, 7, that's about it. Let's not go to 8 or 9, in the trait, in your glory points. Use it, expand out your character a little bit. That's kind of how I would do it. I would try to encourage them not to go min-max. And besides, if they go 8 or 9 on something in their traits, they're still going to have, a 10 vitality. So they're still going to be very weak in that sense. And to get more vitality is very expensive to do as well. So yeah. And a woman, for vitality, she starts with 4 D and then D4 plus aggression. So they have a little bit less in vitality because, so I'm just looking at reality. Okay, that's how to make characters in For the Lord RPG, The Dark Ages, Apostles of the Epoch, Christians in Space. I am working on finishing up Christians in Space right now. I don't know why, since I should be working on Apostles of the Epoch. I guess it's because I'm having a session come up with Christians in Space, so I want to get that kind of figured out. But Apostles of the Epoch, I do have a couple things in there I got to fix up. And then Christians in Space, and I want to do a Kickstarter with Apostles of the Epoch. But I realized I want to... A print run, I really want to make sure I'm totally done with it before I do, because, print runs are print runs, and I want to make sure that it's done. So I'm trying to get them all 3 done at the same time, to be honest. And I know Dark Ages, I did do Kickstarter print run. Sorry guys, but I've changed a few things in it. Nothing dramatic though that changes the game, just more like editing, refining things, but nothing like it doesn't. Not the game hasn't changed. I just kind of realized I needed to add a couple little things or whatever, but that's why I'm sort of taking a little bit of time here to get. Plus, I had my chronic gout, 5-6 month episodic craziness there. But I'm clear of that right now. Went to the rheumatologist, low blood pressure. Oh, I should look at my blood test right now after I get off this video. Okay, all right. So that's it. That's how you make character. We Christians gotta start making Christian RPGs, and I hope you would join me on this one. You can become a contributor. Content maker. I gotta make some sort of a creed though that we all have to follow. I mean, similar beliefs of a Christianity. No wokeness, no BLM, no Antifa, none of that. No LGBTQ. Men are pastors only. Women can evangelize, but they're not pastors in the church. So that's where I stand. Creation, not evolution. Okay, so ta-da! Check out this stuff. Both of these character sheets are available on the website. I better fix up the put this one back to blank, and then and the Dark Ages is available for free. The other two are Apocalypse is on there, although I need to update it, the file that's there, the PDF. But it's on my $40 a year annual membership. I think I'm gonna make a store though, where you just buy it individually. I gotta fix this so that I feel like I want to have a store where you can just buy each thing, one thing at a time and at a lower price. Although if you bought them all total, it would be more than $40, but whatever. Anyway, I'll probably do that soon. I'm just got my head doing all kinds of things. All right. Okay, me babbling on. And remember, in the game of life, roll holy dice. And thanks, Peter, for helping me or telling me to do this. All right.